Where the hell did you disappear to?
Oh, you're back. So, how did it go?
Things got hairy. I'll explain later, but it worked out. We got the meds.
Anne's just trying to play it cool. You should have seen her blast that cop with a flare gun.
What now?
Enough, Alex. Just stop. We checked and no one came after us, okay?
Goddamn stupid kids. You better learn to take things more seriously.
Oh, don't mind him. The important thing is that you're safe and sound. Now then, I just made pancakes. Any takers?
Thanks, but I gotta get some sleep. I can barely stand on 2 legs, much less hold a fork.
All right. So I'll heat up a breakfast for you when you wake up. But please, will you first get some fever medicine to Olga? It appears Vera is getting worse. And you, Park?
Don't mind if I do. Thanks. Where's Matt?
Off getting supplies. We're running low on food. He should be back soon. Emily, I think the old man needs your help. Can you check in with him?
I thought I'm going to sleep. I'm tired, okay?
Claire's just the best. She always makes time for others and does her best to keep us all happy. Makes you wonder how she ended up married to Alex.
Emily, shouldn't you be resting? I thought you wanted a nap.
Yeah, but need any help? I mean, I can see you've already got your hands full here.
Oh no, that's all right. You've done more than enough already. I can handle it. Go get some rest.
Tell me, what do you think of this place? How are we doing?
Here in the city's outskirts, there are hardly any robots. Plus, it's warm and dry. All in all, it's not too bad. All this place needs are a few repairs and some cleanup to make it a good, proper home.
It has to be hard on you moving from place to place. I mean, there's a whole city up there, and here we are underground. Literally. I just miss having a place to call home.
I know exactly what you mean. For years, Alex and I lived in this house my father-in-law gave us. Just a tiny old place, but we always worked hard to keep it in good shape. Nothing fancy, but it was cozy, and it was ours.
That sounds lovely, Claire.
Oh, but you should have seen it when we first moved in. Cracks, mold, and spider webs everywhere. We actually considered selling it, but you know Alex. He insisted on fixing it up. And then, well, we got too attached to sell. I wish I could go back there, but I know I'll probably never see it again.
Don't worry, you'll see it again. I'm sure of it. Claire, this is a little forward, but there's something I'd like to ask, if that's okay. You and Alex, well, you're
probably wondering how I wound up married to a guy like him.
Well, not exactly.
No, it's okay. Believe it or not, Alex wasn't always quite so abrasive. 30 years ago, he was a completely different person. A robotics technician with a promising career. And I was just a country girl, really. And madly in love. Some people just change. But either way, I'm not complaining. I made a promise to stay with him, for better or worse.
What can you tell me about the others? Park and I haven't had much time to get to know everyone.
Honestly, I doubt I'll be telling you anything you don't already know. Alex is grouchy as hell. Take it from me. But he's a hard worker and a devoted husband. Don't mind his thorns. He's a good guy deep down. He's just been through a lot.
We all have, yeah. He kind of reminds me of my Uncle Owen, actually. Only content when he had something to complain about. What about Olga?
We found Olga in an abandoned house last winter. She was scared and freezing. Oh my gosh, she could barely stand. She later told us that the rest of her group had been captured. She'd managed to hide, but but ended up pregnant and alone in such a cold, dangerous city. I can't even imagine what it took for her to survive. We brought her to our camp, gave her food and shelter, and she stayed. And then Vera was born. Raising a child these days is especially tough, but we're all one big family here. Brian's our village elder, wise and calm, and he really knows his way around electronics too. Alex shared a hospital room with him back before everything went to hell, and they became fast friends. A lot in common, those two. And I'm not just talking about surviving the incident. I don't really know that much about Matthew. Between you and me, there's something about him I don't like. He obviously wants to be a leader, bosses everyone around, but he's short on brains and wisdom, which is probably why he's always butting heads with Alex. He followed some tracks into our camp a couple of months ago and saw light coming from inside. Started snooping around and ended up scaring the hell out of us. Long story short, he decided to make himself at home.
To be fair, he does his fair share for the group. He goes on supply runs, brings back food. Still, Matt's kinda weird. I try to stay away from him, and so should you. I've seen him holding his head, rubbing his temples with his fingers. Maybe that has something to do with why he's always so, charming?
Well, we women are good at making excuses for our men. I understand what made Alex the way he is, so I put up with his swearing and grumbling, and the occasional mockery.
I'm curious, how did you escape? During the incident, I mean.
Not a pleasant memory. Alex rushed home from work on his lunch break, frantic, yelling at me to pack my things right away. I remember him telling me that the robot cops had gone crazy, just grabbing people off the streets for no reason. At first, I didn't believe him. The weird thing about Alex, he's really good at his job, but he's never really liked robots. He wouldn't let us get one of our own. Said it was because he knew too much about them. Honestly, I thought he was pulling some stupid prank, which was unusual. I didn't really believe it until I saw it with my own eyes as we were driving out of the city.
You took an aero car? Weren't they all offline that day?
Actually, we had an old school electric car. Rare, I know, but I'm afraid of flying, and Alex liked to tinker with it. Kept it up real nice, washed and painted like new. Anyway, we quickly grabbed a few things and then went to pick up Brian.
I see. And then? Why didn't you try to get out of the city?
That was the plan, until we blew out one of the tires, and spares aren't exactly easy to find these days. And that's how we ended up here. So what about you?
Not a lot to tell, really. I was headed out to grab some laundry when everything went black. And when I came to, there wasn't a soul in sight. When I got back to my place, my homebot was surprised to see me. He kept spouting nonsense, something about the war and humanity going extinct. Something was obviously wrong. With the robots, I mean. So I set out to find Marta on the other side of town. She's my sister.
Did you find her?
No. I like to think she saved herself, made it out somehow, but... That's all I got. Thanks for the chat. We'll talk later, okay? I need to get these meds to Olga.
Of course, please do.
Black tea. Yum yum.
Alex's toolbox. I'd better ask before messing around with it. Locked.
Family food. Yeah. Can read it for yourself.
Park is a lifesaver, and the only reason I'm not still back at the drugstore. Park?
What's up, Em?
How you doing? You look pleased.
I am. Claire's pancakes are amazing. just like the ones they used to serve in the university cafeteria. So good. Almost enough to make you forget you're hiding from killer robots. Come to think of it, why aren't you eating?
Maybe later. My appetite's still playing catch up, I guess. Just leave some for me, okay?
I'll try, but no promises.
Hey, we should keep an eye out for a new tablet. Yours is like 100 years old.
Nah, I'm good. This tablet and I have been through a lot together. Plus, it reminds me of my dad. I used to mess around making music, working the counter at the store.
Right. Sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
That's okay. The tablet might be old, but it does everything I need. The music editor is decent, and it's still great for movies and books. Holds a charge for a few weeks, too. What more could I ask for? Don't answer that.
So, how was your morning?
Let's put it this way. Telling the story is better than living it.
That bad, huh? We've gotten out of worse.
Like the freight car incident? Don't remind me.
Who knew the driver would take off so soon? It took us forever to get back home. Alright, I'm gonna try and get some sleep. Bon appetit.
Yeah, thanks.
Alex working note. Wake Brian for supplies, assuming he actually gets any sleep. Use soldering iron on accumulator. Give Matt holy hell for taking my tools. You really had to note this down? Really?
Alex. He's either venting or tinkering with some project. Actually, it's usually both. Maybe it's a coping mechanism for the phantom pain. I could give him those painkillers I found at the drugstore.
Is that it? I'm kind of busy.
Alex, I found some painkillers at the drugstore. Maybe they could help you with your leg?
Leg pain requires having a leg, Emily. You'd be idiotic to waste painkillers on a phantom limb.
Oh, right. Sorry, I didn't...
Knock it off, Alex. The girl's just trying to help.
Fine, give him here. I'm sure someone could make use of him. Maybe Matt after I put my only remaining foot up his ass. Now go on, give me some peace and quiet. I got a lot of work to do.
Just wanted to check in. Is your leg giving you any trouble?
Oh, isn't that sweet? Yeah, I'm just peachy. Now why don't you go fawn over someone who needs it? I told you, I'm busy.
Claire said you needed me for something?
Yeah, maybe you can help me. My damn stump's been aching ever since I woke up. It's driving me nuts, sucking the strength right out of me. Here, use this thing to open the drawer by the kitchen and bring me the decoder.
Okay. What does it look like?
Well, it's a electronic thingamajig. You'll figure it out. Go on now.
Brian sleeps here. Tries to anyway. He hasn't been able to sleep lately. I should give him those pills I grabbed back at the drugstore. That might send the wrong idea.
He's really sleeping there, okay.
Brian's got it harder. I should give him those pills. Brian's got it harder than any of us. He's not exactly young, and the insomnia can't be helping. I should give him those pills.
Well, he's asleep, so what can I do?
This picture's one of the few things I have left. Mom and Dad, Marta, I miss you so much. One of these days, I'm gonna raid the mattress store. Olga, I can't even imagine what it must take raising a child the way things are. And what about her father? Here, Olga. We managed to find the meds.
Oh, thank you, Emily. Little Vera's fever has made it so hard for her to sleep.
I hope this does the trick.
Pasmotrim. We'll see. Her cough it's very bad. When she wakes, I'll give her some of that medicine. But please, let her sleep for now.
Well, we're all really hoping that... where'd this crib come from?
Brian found it on one of the upper floors while you were away. I'm sad we'll need to leave it behind, eventually. It's not exactly portable.
Okay, well, try and get some rest. I'm off to give Alex a hand.
Okay, thank you. And to Park, too. I hope the medicine helps.
We have to help Vera, and soon. Her cough's getting worse, and she's not getting the rest she needs. I'd give anything for a hot shower right now, but no luck. There's a boiler room back there. If we could just get this all out of the way. Is this it, Alex?
Uh-huh. Hang on a sec. Help me out. Come on, give me a hand. Yeah, well, naturally, connecting the encrypted memory cells on this old thing is gonna take some trial and error.
What?
Such a pain dealing with you dilettantes. Look, you got an eye for design, right? Just arrange the pixels so that the various colors aren't repeated, horizontally or vertically. You got me?
I'll try.
Okay, another putzel. So we need purple here. Is it gonna be like that? Yeah, okay. Just like with the other one. Alright, we need red here.
Okay, fine. Alright, connection established. Just go relax. I'll handle the rest.
Sounds good. Let us know what you find.
Okay, it was very similar to the other one with numbers, so it was kind of, I don't know, kind of like annoying.
Not just.
Well, do we have
We
anyone
have to help
talk
Vera,
to?
and soon. That might.
So, anyone else who needs help? Hello?
Park?
What's up, Em?
How you doing? You look pleased.
I am. Claire's pancakes are...
Okay,
Maybe later.
I'll try.
We'll talk more later.
Well, we talked to everyone already, so I don't know what else to do.
Alright,
Get some.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah. I think we should go to sleep.
Sleep tight, Emily. After a day like that, you deserve a little time for yourself.
Emily. You were never good enough. Have you noticed how they are looking at you? They don't trust you.
Oh, come on.
Do you even remember the face of your mother? Emily.
Okay. This is some freaky shit going on here.
This can't be happening. Aren't we all dead already?
Emily, it's already noon. Wake up before you sleep the day away. Matthew's bringing lunch soon.
Okay, wait. I really slept for that long? Well, someone looks inspired. This picture's one of the few things I have left. Park looks like he's lost in his music. I'll leave him to it and ask to have a listen later. He puts on a brave face, but Brian's not getting the sleep he needs, and it shows. Hey Brian, how you feeling? Sleep well?
Hello, little Emily. Don't worry. At my age, it's perfectly normal.
I found some sleeping pills today. Could that help?
Not familiar with this brand. Of all the meds I've tried, none seem to help. Hopefully, these will actually do the trick. Thank you. I almost forgot. I've got a surprise for you. After you make some hot tea for the old man.
A surprise? 1 cup of tea coming up. I shouldn't bother her. Alex has been tinkering with this robot. I wonder what he's planning. Hey Alex, how's it going with that robot? Find anything interesting?
Of course, but the damn world's gone crazy. Robots going haywire, kidnapping folks off the street, and people just sitting on their hands, letting it happen like it was perfectly normal. These old units don't have encrypted memories, so we might be able to extract some of the undamaged code.
Okay, well that sounds good. Anything else to share?
Nothing for sure, but I've been able to extract the update log with the decoder. It's troubling. Seems as though the USS and core protocol have merged somehow.
How it happened, who benefited, and why are still unknown. Alex doesn't think it was a robot-led rebellion, though.
It's just a bunch of ramblings from cinephiles and tabloid writers. Implementation of the wired Turing protocol makes it impossible for AI to rebel against human society.
Well, then what did happen? I mean, if it's not the robots, then why are we hiding out in a basement?
That's the real question, isn't it? Logically, it doesn't make sense. If an uprising led by AI is impossible, that only leaves the human factor. The question is, who might benefit from all this?
All those people. Are they even alive? It's been ages, but we haven't learned a thing. And there's less and less of us with each passing day. We can't hide forever. We have to do something.
Do you think we're playing games here? Huh? You're testing my patience, Emily. Maybe you should go find somewhere you can actually be useful.
Matthew's a little off, like his head's halfway in the clouds. The others don't like him much, but I can't exactly pin down why. Hey, Matt. Find anything interesting?
Yeah. Small stuff. Canned food, mostly. A lot of it's expired, though. I say, we use Alex as a guinea pig.
Are you taking requests? Find me a can of drink pink and I'll owe you. Big time.
Want list, Matt. We are running low on flour and yeast, and I know you kids love your pancakes. Please keep an eye on it on your next run. We also need salt, powdered eggs, maple syrup, condensed milk. Don't forget to check the expiration dates. Oh, and one more thing. We could actually use some detergent and lots of air fresheners. Thanks. Really? So we can talk with her. Alright.
Your tea, sir.
Splendid work, little Emily. Here's a tip.
My watch. You fixed it. Thank you.
Here you go. It took some tinkering, but I was able to disable the antenna and navigation modules, so no one can track you. Other than that, the watch is like new.
Hey kids, come on over. It's lunchtime.
Splendid. Now, let's talk about this morning, and then our plans for the future. After what happened in the drugstore today, Alex and I decided that some extra protection against robots would be wise. I won't keep you in suspense. I drafted a blueprint for a very powerful taser. However, it's only useful at close range. Simply put, a single charge should be able to fry a robot's circuitry to a crisp. It won't be of much use if you get swarmed. It doesn't have that kind of power, but it should be able to bring down a single bot and buy you some time to get away.
That's great. But I'm guessing you can't just make one out of rags and cardboard. Which means you're sending me somewhere dangerous to scavenge for parts, right?
Not so dumb after all, are you, Matt? Brian will give you the list of parts. Take Emily or Park with you. You'll find everything you need in any decent electronics store.
Sounds like our best bet is Geek Spot. It's a couple of hours on foot. There's a big parking lot out front. All those abandoned aero cars will make it easy to hide.
Well then, that seems like the obvious choice. Both of you should get packed and head out while it's still light out.
Hold on. I just got back. Can't this wait? It'll be dark soon.
Stop testing my nerves, boy. I'll get off your back as soon as you get going. Do what you're told and get the hell out of here.
Enough! Enough, Matthew. We really need you to find those parts. I have a feeling that taser will come in quite handy. We'll talk more when you get back.
Fine. I just don't understand why this old jerk gets to order us around like he's the boss or something.
You're such an asshole. When I get my leg fixed, you better start running.
Stop it, Alex. You should be ashamed.
How else am I supposed to talk to this punk so that he understands? Who does he think he is, huh?
I think we'd better get going, like now.
Okay, yeah. I could really use some fresh air, away from these freaking old farts.
Park, I don't suppose you've got another round for the flare gun? It could be useful.
None left, but I can give you this firecracker I found, if you want.
Nice. I'll take what I can get, thanks. If nothing else, I can use it as a distraction.